Hi, my name is Reagan, and long story short, this is a little tale of something that scared me a while back. I, just like any other young man of my generation, love to play video games. It's a speciality that I partake in most days when I'm bored or just have nothing else to do. As you can imagine, this isn't a regular creepy story. This is something that, well, you probably wouldn't believe me on, but for the most part, I figured it's worth telling someone, at least just to get it off my chest. This all started a while back. I was playing on my Xbox original, the first one, when the clock capacitor broke, leaking the toxic liquid all over the motherboard and unfortunately destroying the console. Left with practically nothing but a lifeless machine, as strange and poetic as that is, I decided to leave it for a bit and do nothing else. Maybe tend to my college work before my roommate got back and saw me being lazy. But that being said, something just didn't quite feel right. The first thing I did, at least from what I remember, was sulking for a solid 5 minutes, pacing back and forth at the broken console. It held so many memories, now unfortunately lost to time, and I couldn't just buy a new one, because, for one, I didn't have much money at the time. Even still, my friend did have an old N64 lying about that his older brother used to have, and he brought with him. He had a fair amount of games, Smash Bros, Zelda, and the most prominent thing, Mario 64. I played on that a few times, but never really scratched at the gaming itch that I had. After a few days, and piling up as much cash as I could, I did find one interesting game, and a console to come with it. Sonic. More specifically, Sonic Generations for a very, very low priced Xbox 360. I thought it was a good deal, and besides, I couldn't get my hands on an original Xbox, but for this to be so cheap, even for a 360, I did question it. But it was a good deal, and I figured what's the worst that could happen? As cliche as that is. It came in the mail shortly after. I got it, I played it, and it was normal. The console even worked perfectly fine for its low price range. I had probably hit a bargain. On top of all that, a week later, I came across a rather low-priced game in itself, Modern Warfare 2 for the 360. I got that, and I played the heck out of it, albeit, on single player because the multiplayer was now offline, as sad as that is. Either way, I had fun with it, and arguably the most strangest thing, though, the thing that scared me, is the owner. After I bought it from him, he'd messaged me, saying that there was apparently a secret with this Xbox. And I didn't know what that meant. I looked pretty much at everything trying to find out what he meant with it, but nothing. No hidden games stored on the hard drive, nothing. All I knew is that maybe he was trolling, which would make sense. But slowly, as I began to play, I noticed that there were more oddities with this Xbox. More specifically, the fact that it just wouldn't work as much as I wanted to at certain times. And what I mean by that is, the console would either shut itself off, type messages when I went to go get a drink or something, and I would see the text on the thing ready to send to no one. And arguably the most creepiest part of all of it would have to be the voice messages. I'd get sent voice messages from nothing, whereas usually if you were being sent voice messages or any type of invite, it would be via another player. The invite or message just simply read nothing, where the gamer tag should be. I looked online to message the seller of the console, and I was immediately surprised to notice that he was just completely gone, as if he was wiped off the face of the earth. I literally must have went through countless pages on each individual online platform that sells anything, and it came up with nothing. I don't have any screenshots of the guy, but I had a vague enough memory to recollect some things. And even despite typing everything correctly, as it should have, nothing came up. As of right now, I'm left aimlessly typing up this story in the hopes that anyone, or someone, knows who he is, and if I can even return this thing to him. I'm currently in possession of the console still, and I don't know what to do with it. My friend thought I should probably get rid of it somehow and, if or possible, sell it to someone else. But I get this strange feeling. See, the other day, I was playing Black Ops 1 Zombies. I got the game from my friend who bought it for me, and I was playing on Kino der Toten. Kino der Toten, for those that don't know, was the first zombies map you get initially when you play the game. I was doing all the necessary stuff that you had to do in the game to even progress and get to a high round, when I heard one of the zombies speak. It said something incoherent, but the last thing it said before it downed me was,
"Did you find it yet?"